Hello guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So today we'll be continuing with our pathology exam revision series with our next topic, which is shock. Definition. Shock is a life-threatening clinical syndrome of cardiovascular collapse characterized by an acute reduction of effective circulating blood volume, which is hypotension, and an inadequate perfusion of cells and tissues, which is hypoperfusion. Types. Primary shock. It is also called as initial shock. It is used for transient and usually a benign vasovagal attack resulting from sudden reduction of venous return to the heart caused by neurogenic vasodilation and consequent peripheral pooling of blood. Example, immediately following trauma, severe pain or emotional overreaction such as due to fear, sorrow or surprise. Secondary shock. It is also called true shock. It is a circulatory imbalance between oxygen supply and oxygen requirements at the cellular level. It is also called circulatory shock, classification and etiology. In a given clinical case, two or more factors may be involved in causation of true shock. A simple etiologic classification of shock syndrome divides it into following three major types and few other variants: hypovolumic shock, cardiogenic shock, septic shock, traumatic shock, neurogenic shock, and hypoadrenal shock. Hypovolumic shock. This form of shock results from inadequate circulatory blood volume. It is caused due to acute hemorrhage, dehydration from vomiting, diarrhea, burns, excessive use of diuretics, acute pancreatitis. Cardiogenic shock. Cardiogenic shock. It is caused due to acute circulatory failure with sudden loss of cardiac output. It causes due to deficient emptying, example in myocardial infarction, cardiomyopathies, rupture of heart ventricle or papillary muscle, cardiac arrhythmias. Deficient filling, example cardiac tamponade from hemopericardium. Obstruction to the outflow, example pulmonary embolism, ball valve thrombus, tension pneumothorax, and bisecting aortic aneurysm. Septic shock. Severe bacterial infections or septicemia induce septic shock. It may be result of gram-negative septicemia and gram-positive septicemia. Traumatic shock. Shock resulting from trauma is initially due to hypovolemia. It causes due to severe injuries, surgery with marked blood loss, and obstetrical trauma. Neurogenic shock. Neurogenic shock results from causes of interruption of sympathetic vasomotor supply. It causes due to high cervical spinal cord injury, accidental high spinal anesthesia, severe head injury. Hypoadrenal shock. Hypoadrenal shock occurs from unknown adrenal insufficiency in which the patient fails to respond normally to stress of trauma, surgeries or illness. It causes due to administration of high doses of glucocorticoids, secondary adrenal insufficiency. Pathogenesis of shock, very important. In general, all forms of shock involve following three derangements: reduced effective circulating blood volume by acute loss of blood volume, by decreased cardiac output without acute loss of blood. Second, impaired tissue oxygenation. There is decreased venous return to the heart resulting in decreased cardiac output. This consequently causes reduced supply of oxygen to the organs and tissues, and hence tissue anoxia occurs when sets in cellular injury. Release of inflammatory mediators. In response to cellular injury, innate immunity of the body gets activated as a body defense mechanism and causes release of inflammatory mediators. Pathophysiology of shock and stages of shock. Shock has been divided into three stages: compensated shock, progressive decompensated shock, and irreversible decompensated shock. Mechanism and effects of three stages of shock. First one, compensated shock. In the early stage of shock, an attempt is made to maintain adequate cerebral and coronary blood supply by redistribution of blood so that the vital organs are adequately perfused and oxygenated. Pathogenesis: widespread vasoconstriction, fluid conservation by kidney, stimulation of adrenal medulla. Effects: tachycardia, cool climate skin. Progressive decompensated shock. This is a stage when the patient suffers from some other stress or risk factors. Pathogenesis: pulmonary hypoperfusion, tissue ischemia. Effects: decreased cardiac output, mental confusion, decreased urinary output, and tachypnea. Third, irreversible decompensated shock. When the shock is so severe that in spite of the compensating mechanisms and despite of the therapies and controls of etiologic agent which causes the shock. Pathogenesis: progressive vasodilation, increased vascular permeability, myocardial depressant, pulmonary hyperperfusion, anoxic damage, and hypercoagulability. Effects: brain, hypoxic encephalopathy, heart, focal myocardial necrosis, lungs, ARDS, kidney, ATN, acute tubular necrosis, adrenals necrosis, GI, hemorrhagic gastroenteropathy, liver necrosis, and blood, DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation. Morphologic features. Shock is characterized by multisystem failure. The morphologic changes in shock are due to hypoxia resulting in degeneration and necrosis in various organs. The major organs affected are the brain, heart, lungs, and kidneys. Morphologic changes are also noted in the adrenals, gastrointestinal tract, liver, and other organs. Clinical features and complications. The classical features of decompensated shock are characterized by depression of four vital processes: very low blood pressure, subnormal temperature, feeble and irregular pulse, shallow and sighing respiration. These four points are very important. In addition, the patient in shock have pale face, sunken eyes, weakness, cold and clammy skin. Life-threatening complications in shock are due to hypoxic cell injury, resulting in immunoinflammatory responses and activation of various cascades. These include the following: acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, disseminated intravascular coagulation, DIC, acute renal failure, multiple organ dysfunction syndrome. With progression of the condition, the patient may develop stupor, coma, and death. Morphologic features. The predominant morphologic changes and their incidence are described below. Hypoxic encephalopathy. Cerebral ischemia in compensated shock may produce altered state of consciousness. Grossly, the area supplied by the most distal branch of the cerebral arteries suffer from severe ischemic necrosis. Microscopically, the changes are noticeable if ischemia is prolonged for 12 to 24 hours. Neurons, particularly Purkinje cells, are more prone to develop the effect of ischemia. Heart in shock. Heart is affected in cardiogenic as well as in other forms of shock. There are two types of morphologic changes in the heart in all types of shock: hemorrhages and necrosis, and second, zonal lesions. Shock in lung. Lungs, due to dual blood supply, are generally not affected by hypovolemic shock, but in septic shock, the morphologic changes in lungs are quite prominent, termed as shock lung. Grossly, the lungs are heavy and wet. Microscopically, changes of ARDS are seen. The changes include congestion, interstitial and alveolar edema, alveolar hyaline membrane. Shock kidney. One of the important complications of shock is irreversible renal injury. Renal ischemia following systemic hypotension is considered responsible for renal changes in shock. The end result is generally anuria and death. Grossly, the kidneys are soft and swollen. Section surfaces show blurred architectural marking. Microscopically, tubular lesions are seen at all levels of nephron and are referred to as acute tubular necrosis, which can occur following other causes besides shock. Adrenal in shock. The adrenals show stress response in shock. These includes release of aldosterone in response to hypoxic kidney, release of glucocorticoids from adrenal cortex, and catecholamines like adrenaline and from adrenal medulla. In severe shock, acute adrenal hemorrhagic necrosis may occur. Hemorrhagic gastroenteropathy. The hypoperfusion of the alimentary tract in conditions such as shock and cardiac failure may result in mucosal and mural infarction, called hemorrhagic gastroenteropathy. Grossly, the lesions are multifocal and widely distributed throughout the bowel. The lesions are superficial ulcer, reddish purple in color. Microscopically, the involved surface of the bowel shows dilated and congested vessels and hemorrhagic necrosis of the mucosa and sometimes submucosa. Liver in shock. Grossly, faint nutmeg appearances is seen. Microscopically, depending upon the time gap between injury and cell death, ischemia shrinkage, hydropic changes, focal necrosis, or fatty changes may be seen. Liver function may be impaired. Other organs such as lymph nodes, spleens, and pancreas may also show foci of necrosis in shock. Thank you.